confidential. What did they expect from a son of Jongleur, the chief storyteller? He thought the elders would call his taking the ship a schoolboy prank if they caught him. So I took the ship, and I am Dreen, but far away from Dreenor. He had no idea how he knew these things, nor why it was important to reflect on being Dreen. Why don't I think of myself as graceful? Was it that he could completely alter his appearance, but could not make piecemeal changes? A Dreen's floppy ear covers draped like small brown blankets down each side of his body. Very impractical, as was the large horn-tool nose that dominated his face, from the widow's peak of pink hair atop a necklace and shoulderless body, to the concealed mouth that revealed itself only when open to receive food or make noises. He had a memory vision of fellow Dreens lifting an ear flap and asking speakers to repeat themselves. Impracticality. Small mouth, weak vocal cords, ears blanketed. By idmaging, he could shapeshift his entire body, but tradition dictated he never do this on Dreenor. Metamorphoses were reserved for off-world. Dreenor was a place of sanctuary and storytelling camaraderie. Rill wished he were back on Dreenor now, to share a tale of distant travel, idmage creations, and adventure. That's why I defied my elders and took the ship. I was tired of the boring schoolboy life. I wanted to be the youngest junior storyteller. That's why I did it. That's why I'm here on this slippery deck. Slippery deck? His eyes remained swiveled inward to darkness, but more details began to surface. The ship. Many ships sat on the mud-brown flat of Dreenor, coming and going with their storyteller captains. The ships were great, bulbous things with extruded sensors, like waving cilia, to guide them through the spirals of creation in tangled space. Sometimes, for no observable reason, a ship would remain unchosen and dormant, awaiting just the right captain. That was the way it had been with this ship. It had been part of Rill's environment from earliest childhood, only a few months out of Seed House. Even before being sent to the school for gifted children, he had thought of this ship as his own, creating fantasies of himself in the spirals. He had wondered often about its personality. The varied personalities of excursion ships as taught in school fascinated him. Ships were almost like people, but this one. You will call me Patricia. Rill's proctors had told him the most enjoyable trips into the tangles of space were on ships having personalities compatible with your own. You chose your ship with great care. Patricia? Immediate sense impressions demanded attention. What was this viscous fluid under him? Why the dullness in his body? Something was disturbingly wrong. Had Patricia malfunctioned? Impossible. Excursion ships were idmaged to be perfect. Then what was this erratic spinning motion holding him to the deck? He tried to consider the possibility of something wrong with Patricia, and recalled instead the appearance of the ship on the Dreenor flat, a golden egg with cilia sensors glistening. Each time passing the flat, he had looked to see that his ship remained unchosen by an adult. Wait for me, beautiful ship. When I graduate, you will be mine. Once he had seen a group of adult Dreens working on the ship, all under the direction of Mugly the Elder. They conferred, pointed and swiveled their eyes inward to idmage, making the ship even more perfect, no doubt. Nothing could go wrong with a perfectly idmaged ship. Could it? Early one morning before school, he had sneaked past the sleeping monitor and boarded the ship to take away copies of its flight simulation manuals in their crimson displays. He rationalized that gifted children were expected to prepare themselves for the day they would go out as storytellers to